You are watching Gam Football Fans TV with your host Lamin Barrow from Reading, UK. My co-host Musa Fall, Slovenia. Sanayafa, Michigan, USA.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. ñu ngi nuyu suñ seetaankat ñëpp suñ fans ñëpp ñoo xam ne right now ñu ngi seetaan Gam Football Fan TV forum anywhere around the world ñu nekk Gambia ñu nekk in the diaspora ñu leen a dalal ci seen weekly show bi tey nag maa ngi am suma brother bi Habib Fall unfortunately suñu host bi Buba Jallow dafa amee very tight schedule so moom mënul ñoo join waaye yet still Lamin Barrow hopefully inshallah moom dinañu mën a join ci kanam tuuti rek comme noonu gisee si all the social media platforms we had a very important topic to discuss bokk na si Fortune FC seen CAF Champions League return leg bi in Algeria. Right now the game is scheduled to take place on Sunday, inshallah. We wishing Fortune Football Club all the best of luck. Di leen continuer rek di leen ñaanal. Also si menu bi dinañ discuss the impact of these nawetan cancellations. And then also dinañ waxtaane tuuti rek si Banjul si seen ñoom tamit seen latest zone boo xam ne call off nañ seen nawetaan bi balaa ñoo dem rek dinaa bàyyi suma brother Habib te man maa moom yëpp a nekk host bi tey
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Once again, ñëwaat nañ ci our usual Friday program. Tey comme ni ko Sana waxee rek am nañ some very important topics yoo xam ne mooy trend. Comme ngeen ko xamee ñun we always try to choose topics yi nga xam ne moo nekk di happen in our football. So once again, maa ngi nuyu everybody and then we hope to have a wonderful show.
Waaw jërëjëf Habib di gaaw rek ma laaj la sa take on Banjul, one of the most important zones, one of the zones ñoo xam ne seen nawetaan in fact ñu war a teel a start Gambia yëpp ñëw rek cancel seen 2021 nawetaan season bi because of lu ñoo joy Gambia mooy Paku Bon. So what's your take on that?
Li xew Banjul moom I'm a little bit disappointed because ku xam Banjul xam ne ñu xam football ñoo fa nekk ñoo xam ne yàgg nañu yoroon football from grassroots to the first and second division. Banjul moom yàgg nañu am ay football administrateurs yoo xam ne nit ñi yëpp xam nga they want to be like them. Waaye su ma xoolee what happened this year daf ma xaw a jaaxal trop because Banjul knowing ne amuñ seen field si baaxul KG5 mu ngi under renovation Augustine moom is unplayable after knowing ne xam nga field si xam nga baaxul pour play football they still go ahead and play qualified rounds. I understand. So for that being the case, there are people even activists in the committee. They were just playing smart because ñoom xam nañ ne nawetaan mënut a am so ñoom they just play qualified round just to get money. There are people saying this industry. I understand. Why man, small personal opinion. See the whole thing. Why after seeing Gambia, St. Augustine field at KG5 field, qualified rounds are more worth on at the first place. At the first place, what because even by using American Navetan, do never Natan Bune. You understand? But for the place, they found the I gang right. Why you have many nyari field, Ben Binum code a bit, but Buneka sense about. So gives me ben reason why should you play qualifier. Man law, man small opinion. Why there are people saying that just play this qualifier round to have money. You understand? Nyom hamon den netandu am, but they still go ahead with the qualifier round because so hole send qualify si kan la jeex. Nga xol nawet bi nga xol kan la school wara ibi. Nga xamne kon dafa hard pour bangul am épreuve naweta. Waye lolu waxi football fans around the area. Man, suma hat moy qualified rounds are working on because at the moment it's a mess. Feels bahuy, dara bahuy. So it's unfortunate. Why I'm fogu money that even qualified round what on at the first place.
I think man Lulu Dafma definitely baffles me. They going to qualifiers. I was like, okay, probably they had a plan B because KG5, KG5 is one of the worst grounds in the country. In fact, it's not even conducive for any activity. See ground bobu. I can tell you when I was at the instances where Margaret night players for Nunu, and then during warming up, the players would get injured. Like I don't understand because yes, I'm not even pitches you Gambia bound. Okay, most of the pitches why KG5 no is one of the worst grounds you have. That need a quick attention. Knowing that's the only can what to go. The Buneka Sense I think is even worse than Buneka KG5. So there was no way that I see them play now. I think it was miscalculated by the committee, which had a lot of experience, and then I think I agree now, that was something Law Hamnela. It shouldn't have happened in the first place. Like yo, young ground here. How do you think that the committee is going to handle the situation with the teams that have paid them on the qualifiers?
I'm not been a news bu nekkoon di circulate wane ne teams yi nga xam ne already qualifying they'll be there for next season. I understand. What the committee has to do mooy to have a meeting, meeting with the teams, and then you find a way. Li nga xam ne mooy arranger both parties because fu mu nekk nii lii xew na ndox bu tuuru la kenn mënu ko for. Waaye dégg naa bu ñu amee meeting pour wax how many teams ñoo bëgg a play nawetaan out of 20, 15 of them dañ vote no. I understand. So léegi man lu ma si gis mooy na committee bi all teams yëpp meeting you said the way forward because nawetaan moom mënut a am. So waaye dégg naa ñu ne teams yi nga xam ne qualifying this year ñoom they already bought their ticket for next nawetaan, so meaning they have to wait until next nawetaan pour ñu mën a participate fekk fil si pare. So ñoom right now foofu leen toll.
That's interesting, and I think a total reform, is it's going to be proper at this point in time. Putting into consideration teams who play, registered and they prepared. I think they should have gone forward with the preparation because I am sure they have put plans in place. So Disney Brikama, they came out and then they wanted to play their Nawetan. But I think let's see what's going to unfold because Brikama figure yakar moy ay ground SSP ak yoyu. I think Lulu tamit dina mun am a very big impact regional league C, especially the third division, where players are scouted directly from the Navetans.
Anyway,
I mean, yeah. In come in.
No.
Yeah, in moving forward, we expect for ML um okay ML fortunes and media that they like from Algeria. Promoting your job objective because it's one of the things on the itinerary, and I think it was great that we established contact with ML Boronenko last week, and it was very, very
Absolutely.
difficult because of he was coming from the stadium and then was going home, and it was very, very difficult for him on a public transport and communicate online. And but we're glad that we are able to have Emil Drame, the media officer of Fortune Football Club. Emil, welcome to the show.
Good evening, Steve. I'm glad to be here. Like you said last week, I wasn't able to join because I was from the free and the distance from Brikama from Independence Stadium to Brikama, so that couldn't allow me to join. But I'm glad to be here today.
Thank you.
I hope I'm audible.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
All right. That's good.
Sana, are you there? ML, do you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Hello, I can hear you.
Can you just give us a brief information about what's currently happening with the team? Their training ground, the camp, everything around the team. Because a lot of Gambians are, thinking about you guys out there. So you are here, you are there with the team. So you can just give us a tip of what's happening there.
Thank you, Habib. Like team, the preparation is on high gear. We arrived in Sativ on Sunday. That was the day after our stunning victory against the Sativ back in Banjul. We have in peace in a very good hotel. And then Monday we had our first training session. And then from there, then we moved to a different stadium, which is close to our base. We trained there for 3 days. And this evening, it's part of the camp rule. If you are to play on artificial turf, you have to train there twice. So this evening, we had our first training session at the stadium that we would face our opponent 8 May 1945. That's the name of the stadium. We had our first training not long ago. And then tomorrow, that will be our free up, and we'll get set for countdown Sunday. So the most everything is going okay as of now.
Wow. Alhamdulillah. Are there any injury worries towards the game? Are all the players injury free?
Yes, as of today, as of this evening, everything is okay. No injury concern.
Some Gambians we are worried that maybe you guys will not get a very good reception in Algeria. What can you tell to Gambians who are worried about the way the Algerians will receive you?
Well, quite of what they were expecting. I was even surprised. Personally, I was surprised when we went out for a walk Monday. Many people greeted us, and some even demanded to have pictures with players. And in fact, sometimes they will come to a hotel outside for them to have. Maybe most of them are still in disbelief. How can this small team from the Gambia defeat N1 Satif of all people by 3 goals to nil? So the reception is just amazing. Is
Fantastic, fantastic. Good to hear. And then there was a news. There was a news on Facebook saying that the Algerian team, gave a lift to Fortune for free, meaning they gave you a free ride to Algeria. What can you respond to that news?
Yeah, that was fallacy. That was very untrue, and it is very unfortunate, Habibi, that a Gambian newspaper would write that story without contacting Fortune. I think Gambian journalists and Gambian newspapers have access to Fortune than our opponent. Now, this is how it happened. We know how we live in this world right now. The pandemic has affected so many things.
Yes.
So this is what happened. When the draw was made, the management contacted a lot of airlines, including Royal Air Morocco. But unfortunately, after bookings, all the flights were cancelled because as of the booking that time, there was no direct flight from Banjul to Algiers. So when the management learned that our would come to Banjul with a chartered flight, they started negotiation with them. So this is what happened. The management paid. It was never free. It is not free. I hope I am audible. Can you people hear me?
Yes, you are very clear. I'm getting you. I'm really disappointed that a Gambian newspaper have to put that on that. I didn't see it, but if that is the case, they got it all wrong. Because you cannot just write something whereby you can just easily contact Fortune for clarification. But like most of these media houses are they will just go and put stuff on their newspapers just to grab headlines. But that was very unfortunate that a Gambian newspaper did that. So I think we lost ML, but I'm seeing my Jara boy is around, so Mr. Bora, come on. I hope ML will come back.
I think I am back. Can you people hear me?
Yes, you are back.
Yes,
you are back. What I was saying
I didn't even. Sorry.
What I was saying is I'm a little bit disappointed that a Gambian newspaper has to publish that, because they could easily contact you via Facebook or on your WhatsApp. Easy, Yeah, that was. But some of our journalists are just unethical, because they could easily contact you easy on Facebook. So
I was really shocked. In fact, we wanted to respond to it, but we believe it is just unnecessary. Our attention, our focus, as of now, should be on ourselves. How are we going to pass N1 Satif on Sunday? That should be our focus and attention. It was really shocking that such a news would be from a government news outlet, because it's totally fallacious.
We have Sanayafa here and Baro. I think they also have some questions for you.
Yafa, Mr. Baro.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. I think Sana is either on mute or perhaps has sent a link to you. Hello, Sana.
Baro, go ahead.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. It's been a while. I have not been on this platform, but obviously I wouldn't go into anything without thanking all of you guys, because definitely you have been doing tremendous job in this platform, keeping it, even though myself and others have been really, really busy. Just to say thank you very much for your help and support. The platform is ours. It's everybody's platform. It's Gambian football and, of course, and its development. Thank you. I'm out of touch these days. Like I said, Nyominka's dads need to help them and then, be working so hard to keep their kids in the house. So that's why I've not been coming these days. But sometimes I'll keep up a little bit and see some posts on Facebook about our football. Some of them are really disheartening, and it makes you think twice about our football. But we don't want to give up. We don't even want to go around that side. We want to keep talking about issues and, of course, finding solutions to them. Of course, today our topics are very important, and I'm glad also we have ML, who was supposed to be on the uh, other shows before today. We have him here today. I'm just going to say Assalamu alaikum in our local languages as well, like we used to do it. But they once again on GAM Football Fans TV. Coming off on Nyamen Domanding Angale Kamotorek. Fanta platform otole, pari all the same, but na doku nyol mbe because to be honest, ibe doku kendol about Gambian football. Amanke doku so ne ari ngoti. Okay, ndole na tanka sacrifice nka lafika kuol diamu, but momo nila hajol lam. Ni watol kono mbe deterine domanding wala nambuka nano, comme yali aje nyame na boss wana man na buba. Afana that also to be among fintina no bari kafale dronko. Thank you all the fans men who can follow ibuka absent in platform to always want to talk here about Gambian football alto learn nan kanaja be topical kumaya ta bakele Gambia football or sometimes akala fi ibulo kala fi fala ko diamola le because school do ike jija buke nyafa but nin konte diamola ko drom ben bele batadila dum Allah fitar la wato laftale no Gambia football or diama solution all fine about our Gambian football issues. Ala baraka bake MLB load kanne comme Musa nyinin ka question ko malmenula lafta nyinin ka la na local language sol fanantole pura ko mol senende mole because ma jamal le before kan about fortune Itanya Algeria ibije nyadile comme afanya newspaper dolia sa fi fango brim fortune bita in Algeria men play ta wala free ride di la play no la kata fo Algeria pour que la game will play je fortune la media officer di jang ML si o ko senenda fon angale counter nyame bañi ni kala man ka counter ML in mbara kam de kam moy la sa hello ML. Okay, maybe signal all of them disturb kan man dem fana ba try la ko take drone na wato drone si muru mul kan ko take anyway, thank you very much guys. Sana be mute la.
Sana, are you mute?
Okay, Sana mantra mute. Okay, I will send Sana and ML a fresh link. Pour join nan kote ke ngaji before we mako ila le stroke. So the invitation do kila gari sa enten drong ye join na mol kan kote ke pour be sinyo moy no. Musa?
Yes.
Musa nga moy ñame comme nakala tudad naka ML num ko waxe yu bari ñu doon wax yu bari about nakala fortune demé fele Algeria ñi di wax ne sax dañ am free ride pour ñu join flight bi dem sen opponent buñ playal ñoo leen joxon free ride te ML wax nako fi ci anglais na definitely lolu nekkul diga in fact gaay dañ amone arrangement ak ñuñ playalon be tax na gaay mën na jox ride on the flight but at a cost. So obviously comme ñu bari nuñ ko dé waxé nekkul dega bi so legi okay for now ML is trying to get in. ML ni handa moy drombe link ko le kike nang if you try log into that link again.
Okay. But not my passport. Yafa has the correct number. I'm not using the other number right now. Maybe Yafa.
Okay, I got your new number. The number you are using, I guess, on WhatsApp. So I've just sent you a link. Hopefully, you'll be able to see that.
Okay, let me check it out.
Okay. Sana, if you log out of the other one. That's it. I've also sent ML another link. We'll add him on there. Sorry, guys. Technical issue. Bingo me fintika nyeja lapta le pubenyo mo. Sana hello kori ikam moy.
Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Okay, that's better. So
Good.
ML Latuta, we'll have ML. I'll remove ML and then send him another link. I hope he's gonna get us loud and clear. Sana ko Musa ni Musa ba fo kanyame no ML ye call men sene andi jang ajatala sene because mol ye kuma jamal le fo fa ajata fango one of our newspapers apparently in the Gambia also ya safele ko nyunye free right le so Algerian or yes free right le la kata Algeria ka play je but ML fela ko dol sene andi jang.
Yeah, and I think it's very sad that when you see Falbita on the headlines regarding Fortune, I think anything that has to be on the public domain right now regarding Fortune should be very positive. But it's also good that the media officer came out to clarify that, and it will be very much disappointing. A respectable media outlet to come up with that kind of stories, even without having a side of the story from Fortune. I think ethically that's not ethical. I'm not a journalist, but I know it's not ethical. And I think it's something that we need to work on. And I think Mimbo Kwon in Sonia Ndela right now, that's the very media outlet that definitely had that post against Fortune should apologize publicly. And then, Yake headline or it should be on their headline as well, just to apologize. We are not in a free world, especially in this football world, where you gonna give someone a ride for free and at their home ground, you won 3-0 and still, give you a ride to Algeria on a free ride. We know we've always had bad experience against them. So it's not something I didn't take it seriously because I knew it wasn't something that was going to happen. But I'm very glad that the media officer right now refuted all those claims. Even though one thing I like in his statement is they are not thinking about the negative side of anything that is happening right now. They are focused and then they're just thinking about Sunday, which is a massive game for them. We all know they had a comfortable 3-0 lead. They had a comfortable 3-0 lead, which is very, very, very healthy. But it is just a first leg. It is just a first leg. They had to continue believing themselves. And I think Jay knows exactly what it means to be in these kind of situations. He has a backup team. Me and Uncle, they were in that kind of situations. I understand the Secretary General of the Football Coaches Association, Ahmad, is also with the team. He's also been in Satif with Real de Banjul. So obviously that's gonna give them like even a good reason to be very confident. I think it's gonna be a massive game. It's Fortune has everything to play for because they're leading 3-0. So Algeria will Satif will come out, will definitely come out. Because they will be very confident that they can just tie around, which I hope is not going to happen. And then inshallah, I think Fortune will emerge victorious.
Absolutely. Musa, come sananum ko wahe fo correct. I think Fortune, what they are doing now is the most important thing. They are doing all the talking on the pitch. Dega last week Burnham won Sobi. Why I don't think many was expecting what we saw the Fortune Defon at Independence Stadium. Surprise na Newberry. They have gone out to an environment where everything should be against them because they are not at home now. While understanding the game is going to be played behind closed door because Fortune's and Facebook page bi laa gisoon ñu share lu mel noonu. What does that mean to Fortune Football Club? Because ñun suñ game bi fans were there. Now this game is gonna be played behind closed door from what I saw. So ML ñëwee woon bëggoon naa ko laaj loolu pour mu clarify loolu. How much of an advantage is this to Fortune?
Anyway, man fu ma commencé mooy ñun suñ newspaper yi the headlines should have been that thumping 3-0 to Satif. Loolu moo waroon nekk headlines yi moom on a Monday that should have been the headline. Why people have so much negative energy because dañ fa ne loolu moo dee sell newspaper. Even Gambia as a whole, no important because the amount of time we spend see negative energy about team win a 3-0. The news because have more surround the team, more that historic victory against a solid team from North Africa. They hardly lose against team from the Gambia or even Senegal or even Nigeria. So why they choose the news is unconfirmed. Mu ngi circulate on the internet nga jël loolu def ko sa headline loolu dafa daw yaram and loolu dafa define ñoom who they are because so nekkee journalist all these jobs are noble but yow mi ko def you have to be noble first to make your job a noble job yow sa bopp da nga war a noble soo jëlee news boo xam ne dafa circulate on confirmed report nga def ko sa newspaper just to gather attention loolu is sad. You could have called Fortune's media guy, ML or Arms, to get the other side of the story, but you choose not to, which is rather unfortunate. ML Watam is very important. Fortune is a young team run by very young Gambians. So the fact they are thinking about all what they're thinking about is the game in hand, not about what is in the news. They are on the right track. Everybody in the Gambia, I could say not all, but majority of Gambians are thinking about them, and we are hoping that guys new back home with doesn't matter win that Fortune no win that they win. All we want to see is they dump Satif out of this competition. The first thing is to win. So when to win, draw. So when to lose by qualifying, it's all good. It's all good because last week, myself, Fortune can beat Satif by 3-0. In my mind, but I said, football is not what is on paper. On paper, then I just Satif we are the favorites. But when you're on the ground with a proper game plan, Fortune stood up, just Gambians victory ball it was very, very, very nice to be at the stadium. Seeing a Gambian league team playing in that manner. A giant team from North Africa with all the media present, that was a plus. That was really a plus, Mr. Barrow. So once again, I hope that before Soblige ML nañu pour mu mëna aat, li nga xamne mom la Gambian ci bëgg.
That's good. Thank you very much. For now, Fortune duga nakala to that. ML duga. ML. Hello, ML. Okay, Sana, go ahead.
Yeah, and I think one important thing that we have to outline, Fortune, like Habib already said, they came out with a proper game plan. But one thing they showed was they were very disciplined tactically. They didn't see. I was very fortunate to watch the game again, and I think there was nothing like fear. I mean, in the way they play with Satif, which was very, very key. And I think kudos to the technical team for doing a great job, a great tactical job, and it has shown itself on the pitch. The players were disciplined; we are all tactically disciplined. And I think that was like a very, very key thing to their victory. So all they got to do is what brought them the victory is that fearless mentality that has to go ahead. They just have to believe in themselves, which they've got the quality, they've got the experience, they've got the energy. Because Fortune, it's a team right now that is comprised of both experienced and inexperienced players. You have players that are very energetic, that can cover a lot of grounds on the pitch, which is brilliant. You had some experienced players who act as coaches on the pitch, you know, and they have also had experience playing with these Algerians. So obviously, to me, as far as I'm concerned, it's a win-win situation for Fortune at this moment. You know, all they have to do is they have to focus on getting a goal in Algeria. Once they can get a goal, they will be they will be in a driving seat. But like I said, it's a complete 90 minutes concentration game. You can't just focus for only like few minutes on that game. No, you just have to, your level of concentration has to be at the highest level. And it shouldn't even be for 80 minutes. It should be for the complete 90 minutes. There is nothing to give away. There is no complacency. There is no complacency. And I believe.
Okay. Okay. 1 second. I think ML is trying to join different links, so I will remove one.
Mr. Barrow.
Yes.
One thing I wanted to add. I witnessed 2 test matches from Fortune, and I also witnessed some of their training ground. I can tell you,
ML.
Okay,
ML, sorry, ngamara iba try can bring with different links. Can you close the other links we sent you before? All the links are like in now, so you'll have to close all the other links and then come in with one link. That's why we are having this problem.
Barrow.
Musa.
One thing I wanted to say. You see, the Fortune start goal. I was at the stadium on a Thursday. I watched them train. That goal that goal came out from a training ground workout. I can tell them. There was a day I was there. Amachan was taking the positions. The third goal that Bully made that calling pass. They have been working on those kind of situations. I was at the stadium. I've seen it. It was Alubari and Bura as strikers. So the wing backs will overlap, or the flanks will overlap and make a pass in the 18-yard box. So that third goal from Fortune is not something new. They work it out. You know, they were working hard on training ground to come up with this kind of situation. And when I saw the goal, I told myself, look, I've watched them train these kind of things. So to be honest, I'm not surprised. Hey, one guy is saying if we can call ML on a WhatsApp, right?
Yeah. We should be able to do that, but unfortunately, I am not in the studio. Like you see, I just finished work and I saw this show going, and I was, long time I haven't been on the show, so I thought, I will come in straight away. But we have back again.
Okay,
ML, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. Yes.
Fantastic. All right, thank you, ML. Nga menke nung nkole ngadun na local languages so to fanang ninka about la campaign but follow ining Musa ni sana kumaba la kacha menke ta molie memira ko altata Algeria nyameng jamal kapo nun ko ha ale menu bute wala na tal tol bulandi la play no kono kal samba free menketa kuti ay mojama disappoint la because mori mol na to nyaaja ko to comme ko nyinketa nyame inata je ko newspaper la be Gambia me aro respected newspaper la mole o share ni si wonan isi domandem fono mole woto na local language solto because ngalo na santem fam so be kumbari ngal la bakele from West Coast region to the top to win the league in the Gambia and then now representing the whole Gambia in the continent. In fact, Amanda Gambia from because not journalist do make Gambia note. He shared the same thing, and in fact, more dole question on your Facebook page or nin ñun yetol so leaf la kata Algeria woto sa be murla na nyaadi le so lafte demanding for plane mo li oton na local language so tan
okay comme yela ba ñame fam na tare yemol sama na leaf la mais c'est le dile ya mom before ka ko sama fili la ke mira wala force now the first thing is momo e mentam football the president momo ya long e ba ko amansila ka ko bonde football do pro kan kan football ning mon ko in the first place the register la ning mon ko do the register because now no even before draw can face the team Africa jang e bang ko ba ko se face play you understand so ko mi ngo man so na fanya mek angle counter surat malam bala wala because na woman sena ba so ma be fem phone wala maybe you can help me so comme ka fanya nang angle counter du na bete mo ndo mo dalo ko coronavirus banko dol bi yang gambia man trasare ngi ba kan sa fa mo nyama play no kan ba banko dol bi wol ila ko mantra normal li an sa flight do bi yo flight do ga jije na fam be setif da da fam ko fi kering ay ten mo be ka ta ko do mo ko fi ndi ban jamfa be share nyana bay ten mo be ka ta ko do mo ko fi ndi ban so kamin dro keta fortuna management ye ala mala contact wol kono eya fo eya royal morok fana be kono la ba kabire booking mo meke flight be ada cancel katum direct flight man soto num kabo gambia kara ko algeria so time len fortuna management ya realize ko ya kalam ko ni men kana flight wol kana gande jam you can understand so time len ye discussion on start pour ga jibe jananga ko do mi yo airline dolla nawata nawo ditol in samana ba am ke figi de bos na jibe wol be son yala jemu ban ni na direct danaka transit ta il transit plan ka ba fara ya ñu gemu li place plani batata e til flake silo kan saba gemo de fem plano fo relax o important abagal ba ko min na fo nyama ni ku ya warta bala fa warta gannan newspaper o kata ko kibar ci face fe amang ko ci ak sort of fortunal journalist be gambe e ba ko min futun mbuka bori kibarul la because naje fortune bent appoint as media officer kule bi yola na enke media officer journalist to contact mbuka ngoma pour que fem foye an sa sambe jam lo kan contact ko bala fa warta wol mamol contact ba ko min ka diama bula ka ko hit on the head o kibaro to nyata ko ma anu ko me bala fa warta dal ka fanya men bala fa warta sa tan to fon concentration mo ko kan ndo la concentration men kan wolen et one c'était li bouti no la nyaadi ndo la concentration mo dam la kan you know ko min ka na free net mo bude not on se ka fa yen sama nada ko ngo amon so wrong you know amon so bala fa warta
no was senatale bari nataje fanan fortune la Facebook page fanan to yaje ya tande ko nying jemo mengal ni al nalla opponenol be playlas dimanche lungo avec la behind closed door o kodum o nyala be ko ma fo manke to nat
no to nyala be ko ma telefon wo avec la wol closed door sanya ni ko fu lo kan en gambia anyata ka no wolti ba ko min watin ko anda be communiquer ba de jefe fla man fuda no tunma so wala na o funna na stadium do ko nyaka ci no wonyama behind closed doors so to wonyama ya do jam fana be ko nyama behind closed doors antina all the main invite ko ka invitation mi ko fan for le an ko min game no fana be nyin karo ke kan ne mo kan text na fo kanyin ra television station jama ba bonni
nanyene cardo bina kala wala teno
maybe so ma dalo do confirm la station ba bonni
okay wato so mo samata ko samani ala sonta mo balon nale kabo samala kata mo balon nale television station no men bagge mo ni bondi na dimaso okay it seems like we lost ML there for a minute again but as far as I can understand I think he's saying the TV station to show the game on Sunday because it's going to be played behind closed doors will be published tomorrow, inshallah. Hopefully, from tomorrow going ahead, we should know which TV station will be showing the games. Sana.
Yeah.
Okay, Sana, ML moy jele, I will be clarifying jele mentionata, especially game morning and in news men fintita about itula tanya je. But Sana na Gambia itamu coach letting as a Gambian coach, what should other clubs or other teams learn from this brave performance from Fortune? Because like Musa said, on paper, Fortune la opponent wala nyanta yung game o win la. But Fortune mawajibe, Fortune nila timo nila molbe mawajibe. Ya itandi loko footballo manke paper ti or manke dati. Footballo move picho kanet. And for a very long time, nka struggle against these Algerian teams or North African teams. Bari ni nato game o jibe game o mentambita teng. Akamulun ko Gambia la footballo fango be welcome. Even though you need flat like charter kana Fortune play. So to charter a flat, even kana girl play tells you a lot about that football team. But woman so picture kan wolung. What should our other football clubs or teams learn from this going ahead? Because mbe murundi la nang question dantan kan about na football of na condition in the Gambia.
Actually, I mean, it all comes down to the coach and his working ethics. I think it's really, really important. Now acknowledge. If you know Jane, everybody knows him with a coaching philosophy. I think without another Fortune, he also demonstrated that in Fortune Football Club. I think he built a team. He built a complete team with coming up with experienced and inexperienced players, and I think also bringing in people like Sahna and the Patricks. I think that only added quality to this team. All have played for. They have played up to highest level. They have played to certain standard, and that experience has also played a very important role. I mean, in Fortune's victory. But it will all come down to one thing. Jane, you have to commend him for his management skills. He tried to manage his team to the best of his ability. I think one thing that is very fundamental in his dealings, it's discipline. You have to be disciplined not only as a human being, but also have to be disciplined in the way you play, in the way you fit in his philosophy. I think that tactical discipline, that's been very fundamental in his quest. Nia Jibe, he's been consistent with that throughout the league. When he goes for a game, he cannot win, he's gonna pick a point. And that is exactly what he did. When he wins, he tried to win big. And I think it's really important now try to differentiate what is the coach's mentality. Okay. I have had a chat with some of them prior to this game, and I know the objective was to win. Yes, Abib said it. Everybody, most of the people were confident that Fortune can pull a shock, but to win 3-0, that is it's really amazing. But I think it all comes down to working hard. So what the Gambian teams has to learn from this is one, early preparation. We all know Fortune didn't go banter, they continue their preparation. Two, I think the management did their homework very, very, very right. They did their homework very well because I knew they were on a lot of consultations, with teams that went through same process, that went with teams that went through same competition. So as the first timer, they try to learn from experienced teams that went through this. And you can see you can see where it took them. You know, it took them to the success they had today. It's not yet called a success. Okay, it's not yet called a success. But winning 3-0 at home to Satif, that was breathtaking. We have to acknowledge that. Can we finish the job in Algeria? Yes, we can finish the job in Algeria. All right. The same trend that the team took against Algeria, you know, we might need few 1 or 2 adjustments, you know, out and there. But the players will feel confident. The coach will feel confident. The Gambian people will feel confident, and we just have to believe in ourselves. We just have to believe in ourselves, because that belief and trust in our abilities, in their abilities, that is what brought them where they are today. And hands down, they did extremely well to be where they are today. And all they had to do is let them go and do the job. The job has to be done. They had no excuse not to do the job in Algeria, because they have already laid the foundation, and they have laid a very solid foundation.
Fantastic. Musa, ñu ngi am just only under 10 minutes bala ñu wrap up show bi. Why ma bëgg laa laaj rek dama la bëggoon a laaj about our the condition and the states, because xam naa ne door laaloon ngeen foofu tuuti bala ma dugg si mooy about the nawetaan ak the state of our football fields, because léegi nii we have seen absolutely horrible photos of Serekunda West football pitch. These successes that we are having, obviously, mënuñ ko sustain if we don't have facilities to have our kids playing at a very, very good condition football pitches pour ñu mun a compete si yu mel nii. Waaye balaa loolu rek ma laaj la lu gaaw rek about Fortune. What does Fortune need to do to seal this game? Because still, you know, ñun yëpp ñu bëri dañ dey follow football. Home game, you have 3-0. You go away to play your opponent. You don't need much to seal that game. You know, Jane has been very experienced, definitely homework you very. But what, in your opinion, do you think the guy need to definitely seal this game off, and that's it to move to the next level?
I think they've been lucky. You play at opponent. They've seen the opponent, not on video. Now they played against the opponent. Players feeling opponent, because balanga hamsa opponent dan ko feel. You have to get that sense of feeling. They played feeling guy. They are not good in defense. Man, coach. I'm not a coach, but I could see that defensively. Anytime Fujun attack in the final attack, they are in problem. So meaning, you should attack what now a goal or 2 in the return leg, because Setif are going out for it.
Yeah, they will
for it. They're going all out, because send target more. They want to have an early goal before the first 10 minutes. Any coach go out there, try to get the first goal. And put the team on a moment. So I think Amat Cham, moom tam buñ ko fàtte mu ngi si biir demoon na Real de Banjul mos naa play Setif. Amat demoon na home and away. Amat was there by then. So Amat tamit am na lu moo yokka si team bi in terms of team bi ni ñu ko préparé. Xam nga wax naa ne third goal bi Fortune score against Setif. Man dem naa seetaan seen training ground on a Thursday. They were working hard on those kind of play. So when we got a game, they could execute. So I wasn't surprised. So I'm a champ, and there are other people from the outside that you get sense and support, because Jane dafa ibi buntabi. Jane dafa one League Gambia, not only Fortune. So dafa allow other people, you know, so I made something good. While on a serious note, I think I was a bit nervous with the first leg, because knowing this North African side, if a club team can charter a flight, one another team will I'm a Gambian team will spend that amount of money, because you simply be among Harris. Why football is not only on paper. So Gomnane, no matter what happened, after the 90 minutes, win or lose, Gomnane photo did not eliminate Seti. Munuma Hamda is going to be lose, draw, or win. Why I got that feeling there. After Magise Seti for the first leg. Even when they were losing, you need 4 players, in then 3 to 4 players, Belegi, this one Ben massive changes. I think Yankuba make only 1 or 2 saves. The only save with the more that 1-on-1. Why Yankuba was very comfortable in the game. He played really well. His timing was perfect. So going forward, Mange had Kanla fortune to play in the second round. It's football. You never know. Based on Luma Siran, because I was lucky to be at the stadium, I'm not scared of this Satif team anymore. Gomnane football that's a dinner. That they lose 1-0, that they draw, that they win. Luma gets down my Satif will be out after the 90 minutes in Algeria.
That's good. Legi tey ñu wrap up show bi rek waaye ñu dellu tuuti si seen programme bi ngeen ko dooree woon about of course the disappointment in the Nawetans. That's definitely horrible. A whole, Nawetan, how exciting Nawetan is, and how much it helps our football. Why lu gën a lifin naxari si affaire yi lu ñoo gis si ay nataali génna, especially a place like Serekunda West. The football pitch is just not there. It has been catastrophic. What do we do to move away from all these things? Because Limom, comme noko de waxe la xel mënuta nangu lu mel nii is just too much. What do we do to move away from all these things and improve from them? Because I'm on an opportunity. The time COVID-1 was the best time for us to fix all this mess. When it slipped away. But we can't just be talking about the problem. So what we do is, what do we do to move away from this? How do we help our kids? Because obviously, Fortune has shown the Gambians that the Gambians youths can do something. And if this performance don't show us anything, I don't know what else is going to help us.
Sir, Baro, the only problem we have right now in our football is leadership. That's the only problem. Xale yaa ngi football, xale yi mun nañ football, coach yaa ngi elevate seen boppa. Our authorities should elevate themselves from the GFF to the ministry. ñoom ñaar la. Su ma nee nag ministry bi, it's not like we are talking to Bakary Badji as a person. We're talking about government, because government dafa am ay banxaas. Ministry of Sport benn banxaas la si. Su government génnewul xaalis Bakary Badji du mënta liggéey. Yaa ma understand? Waaye su ñoo wax dañoo ne Ministry of Sport. Suñ problème mooy leadership. So seetaanee Gambian League bi first and second da ngaa kontaan. Even the women football, they are doing really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only problem bu ñu am mooy ñu put some funds on the right way. Laaj nañ Ibou Faye fii nii wax na ne it's a total failure. But it's not enough. More than last time, man, do I like Ibou Faye some of the relevant questions because he was not in charge. Ibou Faye was it's a total failure, which is a fact. It's a total failure. It's a catastrophe. But why? What are the reasons behind it? Lu tax ñu fail. Loolu answer boobu ba léegi mënuñ ko am dañu war a wax lu tax mu fail because ñëpp xam nañ ne there was funds. Bu gaa yi demee dossier there were funds, right?
I mean, let's make this clear. The one because you make this clear. I don't think it was enough. Ibou Faye in fact, Ibou Faye is the only person in the whole GFM that will come out and admit that that's a failure. Okay? But knowing Ibou Faye wouldn't come out and try to point fingers to X, Y, and Z. He's not going to do that. He's too professional to do that. No. But yes, why can't the authorities come out and tell Gambians why are they failing woefully in that department, especially infrastructural development, when they go out to tap the funds to develop the pitches? Buguma Dega, all I don't want to hear is it's not our responsibility to do this. Yes, hands down, it's not your responsibility. But you cannot go out and tap funds to develop those pitches nga ñu jox la xaalis bi pour nga develop pitches yi, you did not do it. We blame the COVID. Liberia took their COVID money and with their developmental funds. How many stages have they completed? Mauritania the same thing. We blame the COVID. COVID be Romana. This people move commencé. The GFF said they don't renovate parks. Abi, let's be there. We cannot even have one park that's ready. That's an insult to Gambian football.
Why, Sana?
But like I said, man, Balamamuna, do not blame GFF, sir. The people I'm gonna blame in this situation is the stakeholders that are not honest to Gambians. You know, stakeholders. So why GFF lady Dinglen tone? Because the stakeholders are the very person that are responsible. They are the very person that are contented with what they are having right now. You have never had one stakeholder come out boldly to say that this is wrong. Ken, dégguloo ko si Ken. ñoom ñi ñëw di complain, dañoo toog seen buy di complain. Tey, they will not even come out to one dimension. What is happening is injustice. It's not right to football. And they will go out there again. New Orleans on the AGM. New them to AGM. All they would say is yes, yes, yes. And they will never challenge the authorities who they put into office, to serve the interests of football. Stakeholders, they are the very person that are failing Gambian football 100%. 100%.
Okay.
They are the very people who are failing Gambian football. It's high time for us to look at each other in our face and, ñu wax dëgg bi. Dañu war a xoolante si bët ñu waxante dëgg. Suñu waxee ay Kaba Bajo, ay Bakary Jammeh, ay Ibu Faye ak Lantongbong, dañ la naa tooñ. The people that are failing Gambian football are the stakeholders.
No, why?
And me, I don't really care. No, one boy.
Sana. Sana, bull single heart. Bull attack.
Musa.
The stakeholders are part of it.
Musa,
I'm
definitely it was prompt to Mamuna join. I did not set up to receive phone calls. Nasty Jung and Balal definitely we'll do our best. Come to at the beginning of the show. I'm too engaged in other things like work. So I did not set up to receive phone calls. Legi ni suma phone bila use ni sa pour ma muna def programme bi suma bugé jël phone call ken wendi ngeen balal ñu rek apologies on our side. We've been planning this for so long. Last week bugon nañ ko def mënuñ ko def. Why inshallah we will definitely do something about this and then get the fans to call in. Hopefully next week inshallah so they liggéey bi jappul ñu bu baax Mustafa also want to call. Mustafa Come numa ko waxe rek ngeen balal ñu I know there are lots of people trying me. In fact, I'm getting calls on my WhatsApp right now, but I cannot just receive the phone calls because if I do, nobody will be able to hear you. I've not set up to receive phone calls. It was prompt for me to join the show. It was gonna be Musa and Sana. However, I finished early to join the show. So apologies on that side. Dylan Wahin, yep, thank you very much for following us. I know you guys, always here and we have a lot to talk about this Gambian football. But the rest as well, we will definitely do something about this so that we can have fans to call in and take part to share their opinions. It's always a hot topic when it comes to our infrastructure and where the failures are, who are responsible. Money. Can we invite our people to also join us on our show, or is it that our platform is not very important for them to be part of this show to speak to football lovers? I don't know. Maybe we should try them also. We tried Ibufai, and congratulations to Uncle. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation to come to this platform. Admit, definitely there was failure. So if we have our authorities, listen, this platform, we are not blaming anybody. We want fans to hear, stakeholders, people who love football. Like we said, it's Gam Football Fans TV. It's Fans TV. As much as we are not the top class media houses, the Kefatus and the Fatu networks, but we still have football lovers who follow this, and all we talk here about is football and how to develop it, how to move it forward. I think I'll leave that to Sana because he's our expert in getting contacts, to get them in the platform. Hopefully, we'll get the top authorities to come and join us one time in this show, and then they can also tell us. And if they come to the platform, hopefully they will be open enough for the fans to listen or to hear what the fans want to hear. Because we can all try and make it nice and make it sound nice. The fact of the matter is we need pitches, we need infrastructure to move on. How many more times can we say this? It's a big problem.
Lamin,
Uh-huh.
Lamin, I am Bala Musa Dino. One Fogman made this very, very clear, and I think it's important for me make this clear.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is stakeholders and the reason Luther Mangena do is stick is very simple. You know, football that I'm composition.
Lamin, coba ka text bi ndaw. Isu.
This is it's like football that I'm composition. The composition be I think it's important to have the stakeholders in Yosi Amdole. Mangi Chapa Mustafa understand but it would be very unfair to blame the stakeholders only. I am not blaming I'm blaming the stakeholders simply because they had authority over anyone. When it comes to GFF. They have even authorities more than the GFF. So they can have responsibilities. Because the composition of the GFF is from the stakeholders. Those are responsible of putting them into office. And if you are responsible of putting someone into office, then you are responsible to hold him on to account of things that he has to do.
Dig it.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Dig it.
If you talk, you want you know taxi office be so you right la you want get one no so halis be fan la mo duga halis be do halis kaba do halis bucks do halis lantombo do halis ibu fay they went into tap the money for the interest of Gambian football because of those stakeholders so it is high time you hold our authorities to account of everything that is happening. We are moving, but we are moving very slow, at a very slow pace. Things that the reason that you move at a slow pace is if things are not if our national team or our club teams are not having results. We need to develop our infrastructure.
Yeah.
And it wasn't there. It was there. Tenga hold Serekunda is pictures from Serekunda is a hold of toy. Dapat watu nak dapat jot ñu xolante ci but waxante diga. We don't mean to be disrespectful to nobody, but saying the truth is just the truth, and that's it.
Absolutely. Like I said, Sana, it's always a hot topic when we touch on this infrastructural development and football development in the Gambia. But we have exhausted our time. We are over the hour. Like I said, apologies. Definitely, we are doing our best to make sure this show will run every week. As you can see, Buba is not available, who has been definitely helping out all this past week. I was not able to be part of the actual thing. But from going forward, definitely, anytime we have time, we'll definitely try and find somebody to come in. And in fact, we saw a message from Captain Da that he want to join us, and inshallah we'll do something to have him on the show. And of course,
Laminda, but because of his also busy schedule. Like I said, we've established contact, and then because of his busy schedule, he wasn't able to make it. But I'm glad that he's going to be available next week, and then because there are important issues that we have to discuss. Is all for the interest of the success we all have. Okay, Dundarek, do players, do GFF, do your Lamin, do Abib, do Kenan. It's the whole Gambian success. And I think it's important if we think that things are going wrong, we all try to play our part to correct those wrongs. In moving forward, we're going towards Cameroon, and we want to make our house in order. And that's how it is in order right now. if you want to know, we will find it out next week.
Inshallah. Musa, I'll let you mabala yo tamin nga bay sa last word si kom numa ko wahe. We have exhausted our time already. Why we could sit here and talk 2 hours. Why that is like other commitments have to be dropped for that. Why mabala rek was last word si. Musa. Okay. Ñoomin ko su reerut moom daf dee am problème xam naa fu mu nekk ni moom he needs to go and eat. Anyway, it's like Musa is not hearing us at the moment. Musa?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Musa, if you want to have your last words,
Me mo de-
we have exhausted. I know you have not had your dinner yet.
the
But
the volume is low. I'm not hearing very well. I don't know why.
I can hear you loud and clear, and I think Sana can hear me too. I think it's the
Yeah, I'm
connection on
hearing
your
him.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we are just gonna cut the show off here until next week, inshallah. We'll have at least another important guest on this platform to talk about issues. If I am not here, hopefully Buba will be here to host the show. And of course, thank you once again to the whole team for holding on to the fort whilst we are away and busy on other things. Easy would not, because so being yet we have other commitments to do, but we still want to find time to come and do this so for the fans. Thank you very much once again for joining us again on this platform, and hopefully we'll see you next week again, inshallah. Bye.